Yeah, baby. Back at it again with another episode of Stats, Sneakers and Styles. Normally it's three of us. Today it's two of us. But Chris will be giving you his picks as well. Drippy D in the building. What's up, Drip?
What up, what up? Drippy D is in the building. What up, guys? How you doing, baby?
Another week. Another week. How you been? Haven't seen you in a while. What's going on?
I'm doing good. I mean, I'm hitting on a lot. I told you guys I was going to catch up to you guys. My picks are starting to hit. Week one is always rough for Drippy D. It's hard for me to catch a gauge of things, but now I'm catching the algorithm of these football picks, and I'm starting to catch up to my co-hosts.
Yeah, Drippy has caught up. It's been a trying week for me. The kids have been on my ass. Trying to find some time to be with my wife. It's been difficult the past couple of days, but we're gonna get through them. Mercury is in retrograde, so that's probably why things have just been getting all cluttered, if you believe in that type of stuff. Anyways, before we get to this week's situations, last week, me and Chris were tied at 10-6. Drippy D was pulling in the rear, all the way in the back at 9-7. But this week, the tides have turned. Drippy D and Chris have tied at 10-6 this week, and I am pulling the rear at 8-8. That gives us at a running total of Chris at 21-11 in first place, and me and Drippy D tied at 19-13 at second place.
Woo, I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Next week we will introduce the King of the Hill. You'll see the graphics and everything else like that, so you guys can take a look at it. But I want to make sure we had a couple weeks in. So as we going into before we go into this week, as we look back at next week. Last week. What are some of the games that we were looking at? The Giants, of course, that's your account. They pulled out a win against the Panthers, I believe it was, right?
Yes, the Panthers.
How'd you feel about that? Talk to me.
Well, you saw what happened. We spanked. It was back and forth. It wasn't that easy, but our defense is kicking butt. Our defense was kicking their butts. So I'm happy. Giants has always been known to be a defensive team, and this is the culture. They're bringing it back. We're winning by a field goal or one score, and we're kicking ass on defense. I love it. Nice run game. I can't ask for more. How do you feel about my New York Giants?
That is definitely your account. I'm a Giants fan, but I was happily mistaken about their defense. I didn't think our defense would be this good. Wink Martindale is good with me, and I didn't think Daniel Jones would be able to make that jump. But Daboll is working with him. He's still making mistakes, but it looks like he's learning from the mistakes, and that's what you want to see. Our offensive line is good. The Giants are not. I don't think that we're a playoff team yet, but we're solid. At 2-0, we lead the NFC East, so I'm happy with the Giants. Along with the Eagles, so I'm happy with the Giants situation. The Bears. I picked the Bears because I didn't like Aaron Rodgers' mannerisms, the way his body was talking to his teammates, and the way he shut out those young boys. But he shut me all the way up and put a spanking on the Bears. The Bears didn't look too good at all. I think it's going to be a long season for Chicago. What do you think, Drip?
Of course. Their running game looked all right, though. But they just don't have the winning mentality. They can't move the ball unless they're running it. Their pass game sucks. To be nice about it, the pass game sucks.
Fields has got to improve if you want that offense.
He's too young. They need to put a veteran in there. It's gonna, that people could look up to and actually follow. The guy's too young. He needs somebody to follow, and he don't look like he's got the team together. They need a. You seen Garoppolo when he came back from the 49ers? How the team just gelled back.
See, I wanted to talk about that game because I think that the locker room knows Garoppolo's better than Lance.
They know. Oh, they know. You saw
how they were so happy.
How he started tossing that biscuit.
Yeah, they were happy. They were happy Garoppolo got his job back. I think Trey Lance is going to have to sit for the rest of the season, no matter what. Even if he I know it's a season-ending injury, and they're going to have this discussion again next year. But Trey Lance has got to do a lot of growth for him to take Garoppolo out of that starting line.
What
But
a good signing from the 49ers.
absolutely,
Kudos to you guys. It was the highest paid backup. Well, he ain't the highest paid backup no more.
he's a starter, exactly. But you said something that I disagree with as far as age, because right now the young boys is balling. If we look at the next 3 games we're gonna talk about, the Dolphins, Tua,
Ooh,
balling.
yeah.
I again, this is another one I had wrong, but I mean it's still early in the season, so we'll see what happens. But
Oh
Tua's
no, you
balling.
had it wrong. It's not early. That
But
guy
you
got
had
it
it wrong too, because Tyreek Hill is balling out of control too.
Yeah, I mean, Waddle, the whole team.
We've got a good squad. Miami's doing work.
The
They
defense is good. They're looking good out there.
they made the Ravens look crazy in that second half, especially in that fourth quarter with those 2 touchdowns deep to Hill and then to Waddle. The Ravens cannot be happy with themselves after that performance. After being up by that many touchdowns and losing to the Dolphins, not happy with the Ravens with that performance. Moving along to the Bills, Monday Night Football, they dominated the Titans. The Titans didn't even they look like a JV squad. My question to you, Drip, is Josh Allen the league MVP?
Yes, he is that damn good. You seeing it? Nobody knows what to do because he can hand it off, and he always works off the bootleg. He always fakes the handoff, which makes it impossible to stop him because now you don't know if he's going to run. The guy throws the ball 50, 60 yards down the field with accuracy. It's crazy. The guy's a monster. He's big. He'll run you over. He'll run the ball himself. He got a bunch of weapons cutting all over the place. I mean, he's got the total package. He's got the weapons. He's got the offensive line. He's got it all. They don't even need a running game. They don't have no running backs.
The running game is non-existent if it's not.
But he is their running game.
Yeah, he's like I said, it's non-existent if it's not him. But their defense, as they are elite as well. Von Miller has taken them into a different stratosphere.
He gave them one extra pass rusher.
I was listening to Mike Greenberg this morning on Get Up, and he asked the question: could the Bills go 17-0? And I don't think they will, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. They're really.
You got to look at their schedule. I mean,
they're really that good, man. They are really that good.
They're facing the Dolphins 2 times, so that's going to be a good one to see.
That's a good litmus test for the Dolphins to see where they're at in their.
The Patriots, I can see them smoking them. The Jets are going to get smoked.
Absolutely. If they don't go undefeated, they're going to get close. And the last game we're going to recap from week 2 is the Eagles. They did work on the Vikings. Last week I was going to pick the Vikings because I think the Vikings are a good team, but I remembered that Kirk Cousins always shits the bed in primetime standalone games. And in Kirk Cousins fashion, he shit the bed last night in a primetime game. The Eagles defense looked stout. Jalen Hurts looked crazy. Like the Eagles, I picked them to win the NFC East, and they are showing me that they might be able to win the whole NFC East as a whole. What do you think about the Eagles and how they look last night?
Nah, they got to go through the Giants first. It's going to be tough for them to go through us. I mean, you're right, though. They are going to be a good team. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're solid all around. They got a lot of big names, so people get in love with the names. I don't care about the names. That doesn't impress me. They have a lot of, big stars, that they added to the team, especially on defense. And they're looking good. I mean, they're gelling the right way. I mean, it's looking good in Philadelphia. You guys are, the sun is shining over there, that's for sure.
So it's sunny in Philadelphia, as the show says. Okay. All right, let's move on to week 3. The games coming up. We start off with Thursday night football. I think the NFL messed up with this one because I don't know how many people are going to be watching this one. This is the Steelers versus the Browns. There's no star power in this one besides the coach. Not Coughlin. Oh, my God. I said Coughlin. That's my coach, my Giants coach. What's the Steelers coach again?
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. I don't know why I just had a brain fart. He's the biggest star in this game right now. Who you got? Steelers, Browns, Thursday night football, kicking off week 3. Drippy, talk to me.
Browns.
Really? Why?
Steelers, they haven't really impressed me this year. They look like crap in every phase of the game. They lost the Watt brother. He's gone. That was what all they had. I mean, after he was gone, I don't really see much.
Okay.
I'm giving it to the Browns. The Browns have a great defense. Their run game is sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kareem Hunt and Chubb, that's like two of the best running backs in the whole game in one team. So yeah, I'll give it to the Browns.
I got Chris's pick here. Chris is not here. Chris is working. You know, we got lives besides this, and people got to make bills and take care of their family. So shout out brother Chris doing his thing. He said he's also picking the Browns over the Steelers, and I guess this is a clean sweep too because I think the Browns defense is at least their defensive front seven is.
They're playing in the dog pound too.
Yes,
let's go, baby, dog pound.
What's the odds on that one? What's the line looking like?
I'm not sure. I'm looking for it right now for you.
So I think I'm also going to go with the Browns. I think the Browns defense is elite. I mean, not the whole defense. Their front seven is definitely a problem. And like you said before, their running game is an issue. They got two dope running backs in Kareem Hunt and
Nick Chubb.
They also have Cooper who did work this past week. So I'm also going with the Browns on this one.
I like the Browns. They're a good team this year. I mean, they're decent.
I mean, without Watson, they should tread some water. Next game, Bills versus Dolphins. You got the line on that one?
I'm gonna get it for you. I'm pulling it up right now. Just give me a second here. But yeah, man, the Bills and Dolphins. That's gonna be the good one. I'm waiting for this one.
To me, this feels like the game of the week.
If the Dolphins stand against them, even if they come close to the Bills, they're the real deal. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give you the spread on this game right now.
I think that might be the game of the week because I know a lot of people talking Packers, Bucks, but the Bucks are injured. The Bills and Dolphins are both coming off big wins. The Dolphins came back and rallied and put up. Tua had 6 touchdowns last week.
Yeah,
6 touchdowns.
Shows a lot. These guys have firepower.
The Bills won 41-7 or something like that. Like, these are two juggernaut offenses going down in Miami. I got the Bills. Drippy, who do you got?
I got the Bills. The spread we was asking for before was they're giving the Dolphins 5.5 points, and the spread for the the Pittsburgh Cleveland game, Cleveland is favored by 4.5. So Cleveland's the favorite there. So
and they're giving the Dolphins 5.5.
They're giving the Dolphins 5.5, rightfully so. The Bills is the best team in football.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them. Josh Allen is a monster. Nobody's stopping him. I give it to the Bills.
Chris is also picking the Bills. Shout out, brother Chris. I picked the Bills, but when I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna stick with the Bills. I think the Bills are they're too dominant. Their defensive line is amazing. Their secondary is proven to be shut down quality, and they've got an offensive attack that's second to none. Josh Allen is putting up MVP numbers. He's running the ball. He's spreading it along. The Bills are a problem. They're taking this one. That's another clean sweep. 3 in a row. Bills taking this one as well. Next game, Bengals at the Jets. The Bengals have not looked good. They have not looked good. 0-2, and the Jets, I believe, are also 0-2. But the Jets are hurt. The Bengals are a little hurt as well. But the Bengals have I don't think your man's gonna make it through the year. Your man, bro, is getting hit every time back. Every time he drops back.
It happened last year too, and the year before. It's all right. He's used to it.
Well, I'm gonna start this off, and I'm taking the Bengals. I think the Bengals get off the snide because the Jets are the Jets. Yeah,
Jets are looking good. Shout out to Wilson. Woo! Number 1 draft pick for the Jets. He busted out.
Oh yeah, Greg Wilson did his thing. Yes, you're right.
Oh God. Flacco was targeting him 14 times. He turned that into 2 touchdowns. Good job. Good job. He did a great job.
Did win one.
I'm trying to get him on my fantasy team. I got him on
1-1. I'm sorry. I said the Jets were 0-2. The Jets are 1-1. I apologize.
Yeah. And Wilson just was looking absolutely fantastic out there. Oh my God. But I'm gonna give it to the Bengals. The Bengals, they have to. This is a desperation game.
They do.
And Joe Burrows wasn't practicing for preseason. He wasn't there in offseason due to surgery. So I see the rust, and it's all right. It's week 3. I got to give him a few games to get his feet under him. I'm not worried about it. I'm not pressing the panic button on him. Let's go Bengals.
Okay. Our guy Chris is picking the Jets over the Bengals. I guess he feels like you feel Wilson is doing his thing and the Jets are on the roll. Chris is picking the Jets over the Bengals in this one. Moving right along to the Raiders versus the Titans. Both these teams are 0-2. The Raiders should have won their first one against the Chargers, lost it. Lost another tough one last week, and now the Titans lost two bad games. One to the Giants, and then one to Buffalo. So both of these teams need this win in the worst of ways. Drippy D, how do you see this one go?
Titans lost to two good teams. They lost to Buffalo and the New York Giants. You got to give them some respect, man. Like, you know, when there's two tough defenses, they were in New York. They don't want to be there no more. They're out of New York. You know, now it's time to go back to Tennessee, get some home cooking, and my man Henry gonna start running boys over. So let's go. I'm gonna give it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Derek Carr. I don't know. This one's tough. It's a 2-point spread. They're giving the Titans 2 points. They're playing.
So the Raiders are the favorites.
Yeah, they're playing in Tennessee, but I'm gonna give it to Tennessee. They're home. They're angry. They lost 2. Something's got to give here. Give me Tennessee.
Okay. Well, I disagree. I think the Titans we have seen are not going to be the Titans we thought. I think they lost to a mediocre Giants team. I'm a Giants fan. The Giants will be lucky to go 8-8 or 9-8 or whatever the case may be. And they got mollywopped by a great team, 41-7. So you see exactly who the Titans are, and they're going up against the Raiders, who I believe can right the ship. They're not as bad as their record says. They lost to a great team in the Chargers last week, the first week, and then the Cardinals, which
wasn't.
What happened? Okay, well, I guess we lost Drippy. As I was saying, they lost to the Cardinals, which I don't believe the Cardinals are a great team, but they're a more solid team than the Giants. So I'm going to give this one to the Raiders. I believe the Raiders is going to be the Titans in Tennessee, and the Raiders get their first win of the season. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know what happened there. I guess.
Oh man, listen.
I pressed. Oh, okay. I see what happened. I pressed the button.
Don't make this a weekly thing. You dropping calls.
There was no reason for that there. Last time it was all excitement. This time I don't know.
The internet god said. Anyways,
what happened there?
I picked the Raiders to win this one over the Titans, and
what did Chris pick?
I'm looking for. Chris is also picking the Raiders over the Titans as well. So me and him going Raiders, and you going Titans. We're finally going against each other with this one.
Great. Good. That's how I catch up. That's how we're gonna win.
Moving right along, Saints, Panthers. Panthers lost to the Giants last week. Saints lost to the Bucks. Jameis Winston doesn't learn, man. Stephen A. Smith said something this week that I believe was true. He was tired of playing. Yeah, he was tired of playing board. He was tired of dinking and dumping. He got tired. Shout out, I got Chris on the check-in. And once the whole thing happened with Tom Brady and homeboy, he got all and just started giving the ball away left and right. So that's why the Saints lost. But with that said, I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry. He's 0-2. He's not going to get another shot at a starting position after this year. After he goes, he may not make it the whole year as starting quarterback of the Panthers. So I'm taking the Saints in this one. Thinking the Saints take this one, and the Panthers continue to lose. And Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield. Drippy, talk to me. What you got?
I'm going to agree with you, man. New Orleans is a very good team. They got good players in every position.
Except fucking quarterback.
Yeah, but the quarterback is talented. He's just can't play under pressure. Let's hand the ball off to these running backs. Hopefully Kamara comes back. Give it to the Saints.
So that's a clean sweep because Chris is also taking the Saints in this one over the Panthers. Panthers aren't looking good. For this, they might as well start the rookie quarterback they're drafting. Anyways, moving along. The Ravens and the Patriots. Patriots not looking too good this year. They won last week. Who they beat? Let me see. They beat the Steelers. Another team that's not looking too good. But they're going against the Ravens, and the Ravens had that game against the Dolphins in the bag. I would like to know what their defensive coordinator is going to do to them on practice this week because there's no excuse for how you guys let Tyreek Hill at the end of the game beat you guys deep twice back to back in a row. Disgusting. And the Ravens got to do better than that. Before I do my pick, Drippy, who do you got?
They're giving New England 3 points on this one, so New England.
That's it.
They're the underdogs. I got to give it to Lamar Jackson. I don't see the firepower over there in Patriots. I mean, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt with the Bill Belichick thing, but
it's a wrap.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not convinced anymore. I'm not sold. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Give it to Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, I apologize. Are you willing to accept me back in your good graces? I apologize, yes. Lamar. I see you going for that MVP season.
I was waiting to go to show. Lamar Jackson had a fucking day.
Yeah, oh yeah. Him and Tyreek Hill. I feel like they were listening to me, and I gave them some inspiration. So you know what, guys? You should be thanking me.
We're not here bashing, guys. We're giving them inspiration, right, D?
That's what I try to do, man. I like these guys. It's just my opinion. That's all.
Chris is also taking the Ravens, and that makes it a clean sweep because I'm taking the Ravens as well. I think Lamar Jackson is, like I said, he's winning the MVP. He said, let's start the Lamar to New England campaign. Well, I mean, if you know why that's not going to happen, Chris? They can franchise him for the next 2 years. So even if he doesn't sign a big deal this year, next year they're going to franchise him, and then I'll franchise him again. And 3 years from now, I don't think the Saints will need him at that point.
But I don't think he's going to be the same. I can't see a running quarterback play for that
for 3 more years like this. Yeah, I agree.
I would have wanted him 3 years later. You need a man.
I'm taking the Ravens. I'm thinking the Patriots are trash. I think Bill Belichick retires at the end of the season. There is absolutely, positively no firepower in New England. Running back, quarterback, tight end, wide receiver, there is no juice at all. And Belichick is looking like Tom Brady was the reason he won all those Super Bowls. You were trash before Brady. You trash after Brady. As much as it pains me to say Brady was the reason y'all won those Super Bowls in New England, but let's keep moving on because fuck Brady. Okay. Lions, Vikings. Lions looked really bad last night on Monday Night Football. They lost.
Did the Vikings. They both looked bad last week.
The Vikings lost to the Eagles. The Eagles dismantled the Vikings up and down. Jalen Hurts looked like a Super Bowl MVP type quarterback against the Vikings. But I don't expect the Vikings to be that bad for that much longer. They're going against the Lions. And the Lions, I believe the Lions pulled out a victory this week, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. And who did the Lions play? The Lions played the Commanders. Anyways, the Commanders are trash. But your guy, St. Brown, ball out of control. The Lions have a nice little offensive package there with their running game plus Hawkinson
and St. Brown.
They've got a good little situation over there. The Lions versus the Vikings. I've got the Vikings. It's in Minnesota. What's the line on that one?
Line on that one is they're giving the Minnesota. I mean, they are giving Detroit 6 points. So Detroit's the underdog and Minnesota's the favorite.
So I'm gonna go with the favorite. Vikings winning this one at home. Who you got, D?
I'm gonna go with the favorite too. Vikings all day. Vikings are playing at home cooking. Dalvin Cook is gonna be cooking. So let's go. I got the purple on. Why not?
There it goes.
Let's go Vikings.
Justin Jefferson looked a little frustrated at the end of last week's game.
What? You want the ball more? I mean, Jesus.
They got to
stop giving him the ball because they're too predictable. It's force feeding the guy, for God's sakes. Give the ball to somebody else. How's the offensive coordinator over there? I wasn't even running the ball, for God's sakes.
Dalvin Cook may agree with you. Anyways, moving right along. The Eagles, they look good in their Monday night affair against the Vikings. They're going up against the Commanders. The Commanders had a lead against the Lions, but let it go. I think Carson Wentz reverted back to who he really was, starting throwing picks left and right. But the Commanders versus the Eagles in Washington. Drippy, who you got?
I could see this one going to the Commanders because this is a divisional game.
Absolutely.
Let's not forget. I know if anybody looks at it on paper, regular, of course the Eagles are going to destroy these guys. This is the kind of bet I would like to make. This is they're giving the Commanders 6.5 points. It's almost a touchdown. So that's good because I can see it being a close, sloppy game. But I'm going to give it to Philly. With the spread, I'll give it to Washington Commanders. But yeah, Philly's going to win this game.
I'm agree with you on this one. I think the Commanders are going to beat that spread. But the Eagles are definitely winning that game. The defense, he got slayed. I see what he did there. Stupid. Big play slay. You know what I'm saying? That the Eagles defense did what they were supposed to do last week against the Vikings, and I think they're going to do it again against Wentz. I think Wentz is going to be able to.
This is Wentz's revenge game. Never forget about that.
I don't think the Eagles are worried about Wentz one bit.
I mean, they had him he was on the bench when they won the Super Bowl. Nick Foles won the Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts looks good. Okay? He looks good. Pause. He's doing his thing. He's making them remember Michael Vick. He had 300 yards passing and 2 rushing TDs. The only other person to do that in Philly history is Michael Vick. So
Randall Cunningham, I was thinking maybe too. But
no, not even Randall. Not McNabb, none of them.
Wow.
So I'm also taking the Eagles in this one, and Chris is making it a clean sweep. Eagles versus Reds. Well, he said Redskins. We don't say the Redskins. That's politically incorrect.
Commanders.
The Commanders. But yes, the Eagles are taking that at one. That's a clean sweep. We got now the Chiefs versus the Colts in Indianapolis. The Colts have a tie and a loss. The Colts, our other co-host picked the Colts to be the number 1 team in the AFC. I'm not going to talk about that man because he's not here to defend himself. But his team that he picked to be the number 1 team in the AFC hasn't won a game yet. The Colts look bad, man. They look really bad.
Matt Ryan, retire.
They look bad. Drippy, they look bad.
Matt Ryan is a bum. Oh, my God. He just fell off the face of it. He needs to just retire. And he ain't no damn NFL quarterback caliber anymore. It's too old.
And they're going up against the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are gonna pin their ears back and just sack this guy all day.
I don't see this game being close whatsoever. Let me see Chris, who picked the Colts to be the number 1 team in the AFC this year. Let's see who Chris picked. Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh, he picked the Chiefs.
How convenient is that?
How? So that means by the end of this week, the Colts will be 0-2-1 and last in their division. Anyway,
fighting for that draft pick. They should be looking into the new rookie pool for 2023.
NCAA 2023, bro. You know that. But this is another clean sweep by the 3 of us. We're all taking the Chiefs. I don't think the Colts have a
Chiefs
shot.
Chiefs all day.
Okay. This is a game I think nobody will watch. Outside of Texas and Chicago. Got the Texans and the Bears. What's the line on this thing?
What you said, the Texans and the Bears?
Yeah.
The Bears are favored by 3.
It's about right. I'm picking the Bears to win only because the Texans are just a little bit less whacked than the Bears.
I'm picking the Texans, baby.
Oh.
The Bears can't put it together. Josh Fields is trash. All these guys got is a run game. Remember, these Texans got some young boys over there. Pierce is starting to get the ball a little more. And the quarterback Mills, I'm like, he's looking all right. He's not, doing anything too impressive, but the guy is controlling the game. I'll give it to the Texans. Even though, and they're playing in Chicago. So I'm going to still give it to the Texans.
Okay. Chris is taking the Bears on this one. I think Chris feels like I feel. I think the Texans are the worst team in the NFL, but the Bears are taking that one. Okay, we got the Jags versus the Chargers. The Jags came off a surprising win last week. They beat the Colts. Colts are trash. And the Chargers, they lost to the Chiefs last week. They're 1-1. Both of these teams are 1-1. The Jags are on the upswing, and I think also the Chargers are as well. But we need to find out what is the injury situation with Justin Herbert.
He got cracked ribs, man.
Yeah. So at the end of last week's game, you saw what happened to him. So is he gonna play? I know he's
Yeah, he's gonna play tough. He's gonna play, but is he gonna be himself? No. I see him running the ball a lot. If I have him on fantasy and I had a backup quarterback, I think I'd start him. I would have started. He's gonna be hurt. He's gonna hand the ball off most of the time.
So who you got? Jags or Chargers?
Oh, yeah, everybody got the damn Chargers. I mean, come on. Who's gonna pick the Jags here? Chris is the only guy who possibly even do something like that.
And he did.
He did. I see.
He picked the Jaguars over the Chargers.
All right.
He'll have to atone for those sins next week.
But Chris is smart because I don't. That is a good pick if Herbert doesn't play though.
Yes, I don't think it's a bad pick because, like you said, if Herbert doesn't play, I don't see the Chargers winning in like dominant fashion. I think that's a close game. I like I like Trevor Lawrence. I like NTN over there. I like Robinson. I like what they're doing over there in Jacksonville. But I just think the Chargers, top to bottom, their team is just too good. Their defense is amazing, bro. They're like, how they allow touchdowns at all is beyond me because they've got superstars at every level of that defense, from Bosa to Mac to J.C. Jackson to the safety. Bro, that defense is amazing, and I'm taking the Chargers, and I think they're going to win by at least 2 touchdowns. What you said the line was?
The line is 7 points. They're giving the Jacksonville Jaguars 7.
Yeah, it should be like 13 because the Chargers are going to mollywop these people.
If Herbert 7 is a lot. Jacksonville's not that bad.
No, I don't think so. But I think Justin Herbert's just that good. But if he doesn't play, it's
broken ribs, I don't know.
If he doesn't play, close game. All right, moving along. Rams Cardinals. The Rams won, but didn't look too good, and the Cardinals won, but they didn't look too good in the first half. It's gonna be in Arizona. Are they still in Arizona? Yeah, it's gonna be in Arizona. Who you got, D?
It's in Arizona.
Rams Cardinals.
The Cardinals is the underdogs by 3.5 points. They're giving them 3.5. I'm getting the Rams. I don't see them losing this at all. The Rams is their pocket. They're a championship caliber team. They just came off a championship. They're not losing. They got nobody to stop Cooper Kupp over there anyway. Arizona secondary is the worst secondary in the whole NFL. Cooper Kupp is going to have a field day.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm with you on this one. I think the Cardinals are too sloppy. I think the only reason they won is because the team they played, the Raiders, wasn't buttoned up enough. That's only coaching. They should have won that game. I'm taking the Rams in this one. I think the Rams are the better team, the most dominant team. They got more offensive firepower, and the coaching is way better. So I'm taking the Rams in this one. Chris is also taking the Rams over the Cardinals as well. Okay.
Good picks, man. Good job, Chris.
Packers versus Bucks in Tampa Bay.
Ooh, this is a good one here.
This is the other game of the week. I believe that's up there. Drippy, talk to me.
Hey, it's the matchup of the legends. 2 legendary quarterbacks.
Yes, but neither one of them have any good fucking targets left.
Well, it's still the battle of the 2 legendary quarterbacks. Nobody's talking about these freaking receivers, buddy.
Come on, but someone's got to catch these balls, bro.
Somebody's going to catch them. This guy got Lazard back. Aaron Rodgers is good. He got his guy. Yeah, Packers looked great last week. So I don't know. They look great. Great.
Great? That's what you're saying? Great.
I like the Bucks. And the Bucks actually favored this game because maybe they're in Tampa, but I'm going to give it to Green Bay. I'm going to go against what Vegas is putting out there, and I'm taking Green Bay. Let's go, Aaron Rodgers. I love the way you guys are playing last week. You guys look good.
It's still fucking Aaron Rodgers. And it's always fuck Tom Brady. So this is hard for me. But my heart wants to go with Aaron because I hate him less than I hate Tom. But I think Tom Brady has a better overall team. Their defense is sick. The Bucks will always have a solid, stout defense. And I think they take this one in a close one. So I'm picking the Bucks. And Chris has... Where is it?
Tampa or Green Bay?
He's got Green Bay.
Okay.
He's got Green Bay over Tampa. So I'm the only one that's got the Bucks on it. Huh? Okay. We'll see.
That's
Still
how you
fuck.
win.
Still fuck Tom Brady. Anyways,
I got my two
you
picks.
know what? Let me take that back. I apologize, Tom. I know you're going through some marital stress in your life, and that's probably why you're looking real in the face.
I ain't saying his cheeks are
I
sucking.
apologize. And man to man, I wouldn't want that any man to go through marital stress to the point where you look like in the face. So I apologize, Tom. Good luck this week. Anyways, moving right along. Falcons Seahawks, another one of those games I don't think anybody outside of Atlanta or Seattle will be watching. D, who you got?
These teams are horrible.
That's a deep breath. Do I have to?
Oh God, this got to be the least watched game of the weekend. But I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I like Marcus Mariota right now. He looks good.
You
Patterson's
like
looking good.
Mariota? I've never heard those two words in the same sentence before.
Yeah, he's looking good right now. Him and Drake London actually have very good chemistry. Drake London's a star. He's
He's a star.
Stud. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Let's go Drake London. This will be a party for him.
It's late on the East Coast, mind us. Chris is going with the Seahawks on this one. I guess he believes
he believes that Pete Carroll
and that defense could take over Atlanta, but I'm going
white hair.
I'm going with the Falcons on this one. I think their offense is a little bit too tough for that defense. I think Drake London and, like you said, Mariota are really clicking, and they still got that dude Kyle Pitts. And imagine next year when they get Calvin Ridley back, how dangerous that offense is going to be. And don't forget,
isn't he suspended indefinitely? Like
for this year, for this year he's out. Next year he'll be back. And they got Cordero Patterson, the Swiss Army knife over there.
Oh, he's great. Back. He's great. Wow, what a pickup! That guy, they got him in the receiver, running back. Like, Jesus.
Why? I mean, the Falcons don't have a good team this year, but watch out for the Falcons. I think they're taking this one. Hold on, Chris just hit me. He said 12th man is still one of the biggest factors in the league, as far as Seattle. No doubt, Chris. Aren't you working, bro? Get to work. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Shout out to that guy Chris on the check-in. Now, Sunday night, this is my account. 49ers versus Broncos. The Broncos haven't looked good. They had lost one on a stupid technicality of their coach, and the coach almost gave away last week's win as well. I need Russell Wilson to take more charge in that locker room, in the coach's room, in the meetings. You can't let this rookie guy ruin your legacy, because that's what's going to happen now. You've watched Tom Brady move to a new team and win the Super Bowl first year. Same thing with Stafford. You're now the next one. And now people are talking about how you don't look good. And it's not that you don't look good. It's that you're playing for a coach that don't know what he's doing. So Russell Wilson, from me to you, don't let that nigga ruin your career, bro. If you got an audible, every play that nigga runs, audible everyone that you feel is unworthy. He's a new coach. He don't know what he's doing. With that said, I'm still taking the Broncos, even though the 49ers have Jimmy Garoppolo, the guy in the locker room that everyone wanted from the get. You saw when he scored that touchdown, those guys were going nuts for Garoppolo. I think the Niners are going to win more games than they were supposed to now that he's in the starting lineup, but they're not going to win this one. I'm picking my guy, Russ, to win. Drippy.
Well, Denver's actually the underdogs here, too.
Okay.
And they're playing over there in Mile High. Russell Wilson's not looking good this year. I don't know what it is.
And he's got targets too, man.
I can't put my finger on it. I think he needs Pete Carroll. He needs his father.
Don't do that.
He needs his father. I don't know. I got that feeling, man. Garoppolo's looking good over there. Deebo Samuel's looking good. This was tough. This was tough for me. But I believe in Russell Wilson. I think he's gonna fix it. He's gonna work it out. Stafford didn't look good either last year when he first went over there to the Rams. You got to get used to this new system. Remember, he's been playing the same system his whole career over there. So it's the first time he feels like a fish out of water right now. Give him some time. He'll get it together. Jerry Jeudy getting hurt was hard too. I mean, he lost one of the best receivers in the game. Know how to deal with Sutton, the second best receiver there. So he lost a big weapon there, one of his main weapons. They need to stop giving the ball to Melvin Ingram. The other running back looks way better than him. Like,
Melvin Gordon, you mean? Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, I mean Melvin Gordon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The other guy looks way better than him.
That Williams kid is way better, yes.
They need to give him the ball more and let the young guy eat. And Russell Wilson, in time, is going to become Russell Wilson. Just be patient, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give it to the Broncos. No way they lose in Mile High.
Well, that's a clean sweep. Again, Chris is also taking the Broncos over the Niners. I don't know how many that is, but that's an unusually amount of clean sweeps for us this week. But hey, it is what it is. We got to take integrity on this show here. And the final game of the week. Giants, Cowboys, MetLife Stadium. Drippy. The Giants are 2-0.
I got to get me some tickets. Monday Night Football. Wow.
Let me know. You know I'm all in with you. The Giants are 2-0.
I got to get this game. Giants versus Dallas.
The Giants are 2-0. The Cowboys are 1-1. Daniel Jones is looking good. Daboll is doing his thing. The Giants defense is holding teams under 20 points. They are doing their thing, and it's at MetLife Stadium against the Cowboys. I know who you got. I don't even got to ask you. Chris is going with the Giants. I'm going with the Giants. Drippy, put a cherry on top of today's show.
Welcome
who are you taking with today's show?
Welcome aboard to the Giants gravy train, my brother. I'm happy to have you ride along with us. This is great. This is a great feeling. This Monday Night Football, we're going to be in prime time. We're going to see Saquon Barkley get another 150 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. We're going to eat this game. We're going to eat. Graham Gano's probably the best kicker in the NFL. This guy's ice cold, hitting 56-yarders. I'm loving it, man. This defense is whooping butt. There's no big names on our defense. We're just playing like a cohesive unit. And you know what? Football is that. It's all about being a cohesive unit and putting it together. And that's what the Giants are doing. Give me the Giants. I'm loving it. I'm hyped. I'm excited. This is my team. I called it. We were going to start off good. And I told you we were going to be the best team in the NFL. We're not that yet, but we're getting there. Little by little, week by week. We're going to get more respect. And you, sir, thank you for joining the gravy train.
I want to say I'm joining the gravy train. I'm still
joining the gravy train.
I'm
said
still,
no way.
I'm
They're going to be the worst team.
I'm still an objective Giants fan, but I just think the Cowboys' offense is not elite at all.
Well, don't tell that to the Bengals. Bengals lost. They couldn't even stop them.
That's because the Cowboys' defense is elite, and they had Joe Burrow running for his fucking life. And I believe, and I said this the night of the fucking draft, the Giants traded down to not pick this guy, Micah Parsons. The Cowboys traded down not to get Micah Parsons.
We had a great draft. You see the offensive lineman we got? How about the offensive lineman we picked?
Go and pick the guy we should have had. He went to Penn State. That's literally blocks from here. He would have been
worried about him. Those guys
at MetLife Stadium if we would have picked Micah Parsons. So every time Micah Parsons sacks Daniel fucking Jones, I'm gonna go yes because we should have picked him. But I'm picking the Giants.
Well, Saquon Barkley gets Micah Parsons, a nice stiff arm and a juke. I'm gonna be celebrating. Let's go, Giants, baby. Let's go, baby.
This should be a good week of football. We got a lot of good games here. We tried to do the hanging out with the crew live thing and it didn't work. We're gonna try to do it in some other fashion, some way. Maybe we'll invite you guys out to a club or something, or a bar or a hotel or something to hang out with us. We'll figure that out in the weeks to come. But Drippy, thank you again as always.
Thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, right now Chris is in the lead, 21-11. Me and Drippy are tied at 19-13. We will get back to you.
It's gonna be this. We're not gonna move much for all these damn unanimous decisions we got here.
Yeah, we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another episode of Stats, Sneaks, and Styles. Make sure you like, subscribe, and what are they supposed to do to that like button, D?
Smash it! Smash!
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We out of here. Stats, Sneaks.